All right, a look at some other finals coming to pass here in the evening window. No contest. The Dallas Cowboys, following their no-show a week ago against Arizona, making a statement here and maybe making an example of the New England Patriots. We will not get got twice in a row, at least. Going to get theirs more than they get got, maybe is the Marshawn quoted statement here. A 35-point victory against the Pats, who left so much to be desired at all positions, but specifically the quarterback position.
Oh, Lord. McCorkled it up.
McCorkled it up. That might be the start and the finish here, but I guess let's ask a couple questions as well. Let's start with the Patriots, because maybe more was learned or said about the Patriots than it was about the Dallas Cowboys. We knew the Dallas Cowboys were good. A much-needed answer after what we saw last week.
Yeah.
This from the Patriots is a bit befuddling. I mean, what do you make of the performance? Let's go Mac first here. The interceptions, him getting pulled, it's Zappy time again. Where are we at right now with New England?
Not in a good place. That's where we're at. And I'm sure Matt Patricia was at home doing the Leo DiCaprio pointing at the television. See, it wasn't my fault. But I think part of the issue is it looked like Mac Jones was playing that game through a straw. And by that I mean he didn't see the field very well at all. And that's a problem when you're a quarterback. We gave Sam Darnold a hard time for seeing ghosts a few years ago. You wonder if Mac Jones was seeing ghosts. No Trevon Diggs out there, replaced by Bland. Bland had 2 interceptions, and it looked like Trevon Diggs, there were 8 or 9 of him out there. Micah Parsons had the injury early on. None of that mattered in terms of the way Mac Jones played, the way that offense had no answers for anything, whether it was the run game, whether it was the pass game. They do have injuries along the offensive line, but we're 4 weeks into the season. There are injuries on every team at every position. I don't know what the quick fix is, and I don't think there is one, but I think it's fair to say that quarterback is going to be on the to-do list for the Patriots as we get throughout this process and into the new year.
Well, maybe for the immediate to-do list, quarterback is on that list as well. Last year we did it. Bailey Zappi came in, made some nice throws, performed decently in a couple of ball games, and there was clamor for Zappy instead of Mac Jones. Was this a mercy pull here by the head coach? I mean, there's such thing. You don't want to put your goalie out there who's given up 6 goals already. Right. You don't want to put your quarterback out there to throw another interception. Was this a mercy pull? I know we're not going to get answers from Belichick or illuminating ones at that, or do you think the Patriots try and move forward a different direction at quarterback?
No, I don't think so. I think it was a mercy pull. I'm just laughing because it's rare you hear that term used in the NFL. But here's the thing. They cut Bailey Zappi at the end of training camp, right, at the end of preseason. So Bailey Zappi is not the answer. They didn't think Bailey Zappi was the answer last year when Mac was hurt. He had the high ankle sprain, and that's why Bailey Zappi played. And as you mentioned, he did do some good things, but he is not the long-term solution there. And Mac Jones, after a good week last week in bad weather where he played well and Bill O'Brien, the new offensive coordinator, appeared to have him on the right path, and that offense on the right path took, you take 1 step forward, 2 step backs. He took 20 steps back, halfway up the tunnel and into the locker room. You see Bill Belichick here sharing the same feelings as all Patriots fans.
And that's interesting right there, just the visceral reaction that we don't often get from Bill Belichick unless he's throwing his hands over his head on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
That's not normal. This is not normal. To lose a game like this indicates a lack of preparedness. Do you get a sense of that from the Patriots? I mean, not to question the coaching, but the execution of the coaching seems to be the problem.
Yeah, I think it starts with the turnovers and the quarterback play, and I think it doesn't matter how well prepared you are. If your quarterback is throwing pick sixes, you're not going to have a chance to win football games in the NFL unless you're facing the Chargers, but that's a conversation for another time. But I think it just comes down to the quarterback play, because we see how fine the line is between wins and losses, and the way Mac Jones played today not only gets you benched for Bailey Zappi in the short term, it will get you out of the NFL in the long term if you don't change things. So he has to figure out a way to fix this.
How about a thought here on the team that's scored 38 in a winning effort? The Cowboys answering some questions that they laid out in front of themselves after a no-show loss against what is a pesky Arizona team a week ago.
Yeah.
To answer the bell the way they did in this game right out of the gates has to be some sort of indication that that was the fluke. This is who we are.
Absolutely. I think that's right. I think you come out strong. You punch the Patriots in the mouth. They have no answers. But here's where I get a little worried about Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott in particular. When the game gets tight, what do we see happen? Last week against Arizona, Mike McCarthy's play calling down the stretch was peculiar, to say the least. If you're blowing a team out, you understand how that's going to work out, because this team is so high-powered on both sides of the ball with the Cowboys. But as we get into the division schedule and as we get into the playoffs, when the game's on the line, how does Mike McCarthy dial up those plays?
That's going to be interesting to watch. All of the football world will be watching. The hopes will be high for those who root for the Cowboys, and high with good reason as they come away with another massive victory here against Bill Belichick's Patriots. Look at some numbers coming out of this one. New streak starting here. Cowboys all-time against the Patriots. Last 2 meetings, perfect. The 6 prior, an issue. Prior to that, 7 in a row. So we're due for at least 4 more the way of Dallas. Sorry to tell you. Could be the direction things are heading in New England as well.